Hi, this is Uplifting Your Calling, and we are now sponsored by. I'm just kidding. We're not sponsored by anyone or anything. I was just, I've always wanted to say that because I see a lot of YouTubers say it a lot. So, in my comical phase, I'm a comedian. This is my comedian front, so don't stop me. Okay? Okay. Okay. All right. So today, well, this is my technically is my first video, but not really. I have shorts, but So on this video, my first YouTube, I just wanted to talk about how you are never too late to reinvent yourself. And it doesn't matter how late you do it, you are reinventing yourself for the better. Whether it's leveling up or glowing up or beauty maxing, whatever the case may be, accessorize, accessorize, accessorize. I don't know where I got that from. It's been pinned in my head, ingrained. I don't know. I watched a lot of TV when I was a kid, so I don't know where that's from. But anyway, when you are living for yourself and not for society, you are reinventing yourself to match your inner self work, to match your inner glow of your inner work. So show up as your higher self and stay in alignment with God. You are embracing the womanhood of your higher self through God. And it does take a while for you to embody it because of the habitual habits, but it doesn't mean you still can't do it at the present time. So go ahead and do it. You will always feel uncomfortable with the growth, but building up your self esteem is way better than having no self esteem and letting people walk over you. So do it anyway. What have you got to lose at this point? There is no handbook, and not everything will be perfect. I mean, who has a perfect life? Come on, let's be honest. Unless God makes it that way and you follow Him and then you'll succeed. But I mean, I didn't level up until later on in life, like 28, 29. But I was still listening to my mentors and doing my inner work that first showed up for me, and then pouring into my outer look appearance later on. And it also depends on the person, really, and how they reinvent themselves in their own way. Only you can decide when to do it. No one else can or force you, because who likes being forced? No one. Honestly, from primary, secondary, and college, I didn't much care about my appearance. Looking in from the outside, I was still in my tomboyish ways, and I still have that within me, but it's channeled through my inner child adventures like kickboxing, swimming, martial arts, boxing, painting, calligraphy, horse riding, you name it, I channel it. I channeled it all because I wanted to unchain the wildfire inside of me that lights up the world or my presence in rooms and brings out the adventurous self in me, the adventurous little girl that has wanted to do everything she possibly could to make me and herself feel better and have fun. Like God said, have a childlike mind. And honestly, people were telling me not to do it. And I was just like, what? So, the refrainment of people, listen to people, and you're just like, ugh, I'm bored out here. It doesn't help. So, yes, you lose yourself. So, I'm glad I'm making my inner child happy instead of pushing my inner child away. And I will always embrace that because that is still part of me. At the same time, my present womanhood was always telling me to embrace my femininity, which wasn't at the time really in my favor because I wasn't really dressing like a woman. I was just covering myself. I didn't want to be objectified by the opposite sex or women by that matter. I wasn't really thinking about that, unlike other people. As a girl growing up, I, in a sense, didn't really have or understand the elements of the environment of growing up in a crappy, low vibrational frequency neighborhood and how it would play a part in me dressing differently and feeling a different type of frequency than the other human beings that live in my area or around me. And it kind of shows in a way where everyone's at within their frequency, which made me change the way I thought and the way I started wearing garments and taking time to know myself better. When I was in secondary and college, I never really understood how women or girls, for that matter, would use their beauty. It was weird to me. I'm like, I'm just a girl trying to live out here. Let me live. Let me enjoy life as a kid, mid-teen, whatever, young adult. And I was like, is this some kind of type of game we're all playing or something like that? Are we in the Sims game or something? And I was like, huh? I didn't understand using beauty maxing in certain things in general, to be honest, or in life. As a kid in my mid 20s, I didn't get it. I mean, honestly, probably the reasons why I didn't get it or catch on to the inner workings of the woman was because I was dealing with other issues at home that acquired my attention and not looking, well, not looking, but I would say not paying attention to my outer appearance. Even though I paid attention to my skincare, which was funny, out of everything, I paid attention to my skincare. Wow. We'll talk about that later, though, but later in the series. But what does play a part is having mentally ill parents that can be stable and then unstable the next. That does take a toll on you too. And honestly, for my dark sense of humor people listening, it was like a tennis match to see who could outperform who with their latest antics. The one that, well, overdid it the most would win tickets to being sectioned in a hospital where we would visit them and check if they're all right from time to time and they're, well, not going in deeply, but they had the time of their lives because the food banged in the hospital. I don't know why food bangs in the hospital. Well, some food in hospitals bang, and they had the most beautiful view in the room at times. I was just like, girl, is this a luxury 7-star penthouse or something? Or a luxury resort. So I was just like, oh god, fancy, fancy. No wonder they like going into the hospital. Yes, dark humor. I'm not. We need strong people out here, not sensitive people out here. I've been through a lot and I've seen so many things. And you can be sensitive, but to a point, you need aid and assistance. And it's good to have dark humor because it actually helps with your situation, but also it depends on the person and how they choose to use their circumstances. If they were in many cases, if other people were put in my situation, I don't know how they would cope, to be honest with you. But yes, I always make light because that's who I am, that's who I grew up with, and I have done the most of the inner work, and I have just realized that I love dark comedy as well as great, well, as well as what great what as well as loving many things that make me laugh. Okay. Right. So where was we again? Okay, that's right, getting sidetracked. So Okay, part two will focus on the beauty, okay, the natural beauty that I didn't know I had, but